In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 tips that every first-time homebuyer needs to take into account when they're starting their path to homeownership. So lately, we've noticed a big influx of first-time homebuyers coming into our system, interested in houses in the area. So I thought in this video, we'd do 5 tips that every first-time homebuyer needs to take into account when they start on their path to homeownership. So number 1, I'm sure you've heard this before, is pre-approval. You need to go ahead, if you're serious and ready to actually make offers, you need to go ahead and get that pre-approval out of the way. Gone are the days when you could go look at a house on Thursday or Friday, think about it over the weekend, and go, yeah, honey, maybe Monday or when the bank's open, we should go and try to get our pre-approval, and then maybe we'll make an offer on Tuesday or Wednesday or, whatever. But now, no. Nowadays, real estate is a fast-paced business, and you have to be ready to go when you're looking at homes. So there are 3 main benefits for the first-time homebuyer, or really any homebuyer, I guess, for getting pre-approved before you ever start the process. The first benefit is you know exactly what you're pre-approved for. There's no, well, I like this house over here that's 200, and then you go to find out that you're only qualified for 175. Well, now nothing's going to look as good as that 200 home. And you're going to be disappointed with every house you get, even though now you have to settle, quote unquote, in your mind, for that 175 or even 160 home, even though you fell in love with the $200,000 one. The second reason to be pre-approved is because most good listing agents are not going to advise their clients to accept an offer that doesn't come with a pre-approval letter. I mean, why would you want to get your home wrapped up under contract and tied down with somebody that may not even be qualified? And the third reason is to go ahead and get pre-qualified, not just pre-approved. Pre-approved is a piece of paper that says, I make X and I can afford X. Pre-qualified says, here's the documents that say I make X and I can afford X, and here's my bills, and here's my debt to income, and you are fully qualified for this property or for a certain amount, not just, well, you should be good on this amount. But being fully pre-qualified allows none of these pop-up surprises and last minute, hey, I need this piece of paperwork, or, whoa, you don't quite qualify, or you got a debt to income, or you got something on your credit score, yada, yada, yada. It can help to eliminate some surprises down the road. All right, the second tip for starting your path to homeownership is to maintain that credit score. You think, yeah, I qualify now, but you have to maintain that. It isn't just because you qualify today, you still have to qualify when you close too. I know it's easy to go to Lowe's or some of these other Home Depot or Rooms to Go or any of these places that offer their store credit and discounts and stuff if you sign up for their credit cards, and you think to yourself that, wow, that stainless steel package would look really good in our new kitchen. That furniture set would look really good in this new living room that we're getting ready to buy or may already be under contract for, which would be even worse. But any dings to your credit like that could lower your credit score, and it could either raise your monthly payment or it can cause you not to even qualify. So yeah, you got a nice stainless steel package and no kitchen to put it in now. So that's why it's important to wait until closing before you do anything credit related. I would even advise against buying too much stuff in cash, because if you're pre-qualified, the bank knows that you have the cash for closing costs, etc., stuff like that. So try to leave any big purchases just till the end of closing. At least make it to closing. That's the finish line. All right, number 3. Go ahead and save. Save as much cash as you can. It's important in the competitive market that we're in now is to have some cash on hand for closing costs, inspections, down payments, due diligence money, earnest money. Any of that can help make your offer a little bit better than the next guy. And I know as a first-time homebuyer, saving can be tricky. That's why we've ran across a lot of things with gift letters and, grandma or mom and dad giving a little extra money to help with down payment or down payment assistance. But you got to be careful how you do that, and you got to do it in the proper way, and it's called a gift letter. If you've got any ideas or thinking about buying in the future, contact me. I'd be happy to run through that with you and how that works. All right, number 4, and maybe I'm a little impartial to this one, but work with an agent. It doesn't really cost the buyers anything. Now, yes, our commission is factored into the price of the home, and I've seen people that think they know better and they go around to the listing agent because they think they're going to get a deal. Let me tell you something. The listing agent loves it if you go directly to them because they get the full commission instead of just half having to split it with a buyer's agent. So now you've just doubled the commission that agent could have gotten, and you're still paying the same amount, but you've got double representation there, and you don't really have anybody on your side. The other advantage to working with a buyer's agent is we're really cat herders, as they call it. We're here to kind of keep everybody online and keep the train moving. I don't know how many times I've ran into you got the buyer, you got the lender, you got the agent, you got the mortgage specialist, you got the underwriter, you got, I don't know how many. I had one the other day that had 4 different people. We were talking to the lender, and we didn't know who to communicate with. The buyer's agent's asked to stay on them and say, hey, where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at in the process? Where are we at? Because if one person drops the ball in this domino effect, it screws up the whole thing, and you'll either close late or, heck, you may not close at all. Another thing to keep in mind, if you're working with a buyer's agent, very strongly consider their recommendations. If they're in the area and they recommend this lawyer or this inspector or this person for whatever it is, take them up on that, or at least ask them why they recommend that person. I mean, after all, they use these people, lawyers, inspectors, or whatever, on a regular basis because they give good service to their clients. If they didn't give good service, then obviously the agent wouldn't get paid in the end. So that's what we're all here to do, is to make it to the closing table. And by these vendors that the agent has used in the past and had good service with, you're getting the benefit of this and not having to go through the experimental process to figure out that maybe this inspector wasn't that great, or this lawyer over here, maybe I shouldn't have went with them because it's 5 days past closing and we still haven't closed. I've also had to fire lawyers and start over again because of communication issues or zero communication. And number 5, and what a lot of first-time home buyers don't like to do, is get a good home inspection. I know a lot of first-time home buyers are strapped on cash, and they feel like this is kind of unnecessary because they see the house for what it is in front of them, and they think, it looks structurally sound to me, it looks fine. My Uncle Joe will look it over, and that's fine if that's what you want to do, and you trust Uncle Joe or whoever that has a little bit of a background of some sorts that you trust, then that's fine if that's who you want to go with. But a home inspector is there to find issues that we don't normally look for. I have seen perfectly good homes on the inside and the exterior that you think, well, this is great, this will be an easy one. And then come to find out, underneath it, there's no plumbing or any other reason that it should be wet, but in one corner of the house it stays wet, and maybe there's mold issues, maybe there's rot. So without that home inspection, we would have never known there was any kind of issue until my clients may have fell through the floor. So I hope you found these tips helpful, and I hope you find these videos here helpful too, and I'll see you in the next video.